After lots of work on my bedroom, I finally got the dreamy Art Nouveau enchanted forest at night vibe I was looking for. Moody lighting, vintage details, a little bit of whimsy, everything felt finished. Well, almost everything. There was still one major eyesore, Kamina's crate. So it was time for an upgrade, something softer, cozier, and dramatic enough for her diva personality. And of course, it actually had to match the room. While thrifting, I found this little Ethan Allen piece for $12. I knew it had potential, but aesthetically it had seen better days. I wanted to preserve some of the natural wood while painting the rest to fit the room. I started with a deep clean, then a lot of sanding, and finally paint. I used Americana DIY paint in cottage colors, and it's my favorite shade of blue. It took a few coats, but the paint leveled out beautifully, and it gave it a really nice finish. Then I added a stencil detail to the drawer using craft paint just to give it a little more personality and tie in the vintage vibe. And it looked really cute, and for a normal piece of furniture, I probably would have stopped there. But this wasn't normal furniture, it was for Kamina, and she deserves extra drama. So I went to my favorite architectural salvage shop and found these gorgeous vintage spindles for $2 each. I cut them down to size, sanded them smooth, and painted them to match the rest of the piece. And then came my questionable engineering. I attached each spindle with a top screw and an aggressive amount of wood glue, but it worked. The spindles helped close off the opening and made the bed feel more cozy and cave-like, which is perfect because Kamina loves hiding away in tucked-in spaces. After that, I wanted them to feel more decorative, so I decoupaged this William Morris-inspired napkin on them. I love the pattern, but it did soften some of the original spindle detail. Then to tie everything together, I added one final stencil, which I used in my bedroom previously. I added it across the top using the Americana and craft paints. And finally, I finished everything with a few hand-painted acrylic details to make it feel more custom. Now here's the finished piece. What started off as a scratched-up thrift store nightstand is a cozy little hideaway for Kamina, and it fits the room so much better than the crate and feels both whimsical and custom. Kamina, however, is still not sure how she feels about it, but I'm happy she has a comfy new space.